Hello students, welcome to English class. Today the topic that we are going to discuss is parts of speech. So it's a familiar topic, you have already learned it, but still in order to revisit the points we will discuss this topic, parts of speech. Okay. So we know that in the case of a machine, there are different parts. And in the case of a good mechanic, while he assembles all these parts together, there will be a useful machine, or the machine will start functioning effectively. Likewise, in the case of English language also, there are a number of parts. And if we have to use language effectively, we should understand how to use these parts, where to use, and what are the specialties of these parts, etc. That's why we are coming to the topic. Okay. So, how many parts of speech are there? Okay, before coming to that, see, there is, as a definition it is given, see, parts of speech is a category to which a word is assigned in accordance with its syntactic function. A category to which a word is assigned in accordance with its syntactic function. What do you mean by syntactic function? That is regarding the rule of using a language. Okay, so how many parts of speech are there? See, I have listed out here 9 parts of speech. And I think if you refer to the old grammar books and all, you will see only 8 parts of speech. But according to the modern usage, 9 parts of speech are there. And all these terms are familiar to you, but we will just come to it once more. So, the 9 parts of speech are noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection, and determiner. Okay, these are the 9 parts of speech. So, we will come to each one in order to have a better idea of it. And the first one we have discussed, first one of this group is noun. What's a noun? It's a word or a phrase, PHRAC, that represents a person, place, a thing, or a quality or an idea. The word or phrase, PHRAC, there is a spelling mistake. The word or phrase that represents a person, a place, a thing, or a quality or an idea. Okay, so a number of examples are given here. There is no need of any explanation, I know it. Dog, cat, college, katapanna, honesty, truth. Likewise, there are a number of nouns that we use in our English language. And the next one is pronoun. The next parts of speech, pronoun. So what's a pronoun? Okay, words that are used instead of nouns. Words that are used instead of nouns. We know that while we write down something, while we speak something, in order to avoid repetition, instead of repeating the same noun again and again, we use pronouns. And I have given the list of pronouns here, which you have learned in your earlier classes. There is no need of much explanation. And different cases of pronoun are there. First one is subjective case. While a pronoun is used as a subject, that is subjective case. Which are the pronouns? First person pronouns I and we. Second person singular and plural you. Third person singular he, she, it, and plural form they. And the second column, the objective case pronouns are given here. So objective case of I, me, then as, you, him, her, it, the. Then possessive case, my, our, your, his, her, its, they. So these are the pronouns, and along with it you know that there are reflexive pronouns, that self or selves form. Reflexive pronouns, which are the I, myself, we, ourselves, you, yourself, plural form, yourselves, himself, herself, itself, themselves. They are called reflexive pronouns. Okay. Then the next parts of speech is verb. What's a verb? A verb is a word or a group of words that describe an action. A doing word, we can say. A verb is a word that shows an action. So examples are given: walk, see, look, and you can write down a number of examples for verbs. Then the next parts of speech is adjective. What's an adjective? It's a word that describes a noun or add some more meaning to the noun. Adjective tells something more about the noun, qualifies a noun, we can say. Red, tall, beautiful, intelligent, clever. Likewise, a number of adjectives are there. And the next one is adverb. What's an adverb? It's given a word that describes a verb, adjective, or adverb. So, in the case of adjective, we saw that adjective describes a noun. But in the case of adverb, adverb describes a verb, adjective, adverb, etc. A number of examples are given here: loudly, never, soon, very, beautifully, etc. All these are adverbs. But look at this one, very slow. You know that very is an adverb. Very slow. What's the function of this adverb here? So see, it is to describe this adjective, slow. And if you say very slowly, this adverb is here to describe this adverb, slowly. So an adverb can be used to describe a verb, adjective, or adverb. Okay. Then we have prepositions. What's a preposition? A word that is used before a noun, pronoun, or gerund to show place, time, direction, etc. Before a noun, pronoun, or gerund. What is gerund? Are you familiar with this term gerund? Gerund? Gerund means, okay, that's a verbal noun, we can say. That is while the ing form of a verb used as a noun, that is called gerund. Ing form used as a noun. Swimming is a good exercise. Swimming is a good exercise. So in that sentence, swimming is a noun. That is a gerund. So ing form used as a noun is called a gerund. Okay. So examples are given: at, in, on, about, to, for, from, etc. Prepositions. And the next category is conjunction. What's a conjunction? It's a word that joins words or groups of words in a sentence. It's a word that joins words or group of words in a sentence. Examples: and, therefore, but, since, etc. They are connecting maybe words, phrases, sentences, etc. They are conjunctions. Then we have interjection. What are interjections? Words that express strong emotion and is often followed by an exclamation mark. So examples are given: bravo, well, aha, hooray, yeah, etc. So these words are called interjection. And the ninth one is determiner. So I told you that in the old usage, this determiner was not considered as parts of speech, but according to the modern usage, determiner also is a part of speech. So what are determiners? So word that determines or limits the noun that follows. All the words that determines or limits a noun are called determiners. So mainly three category of words are called determiners. Which are they? I have mentioned it here. All the articles are determiners. A and the, all the articles are determiners. Possessives. Possessives are determiners. Possessive pronouns. So I think while we told about pronouns, we told possessive forms are this one: my, our, your, etc. My book, our classroom, your parent. Likewise. So all these are possessive case pronouns. So all the possessives are determiners, possessive pronouns. Then we know that in the case of other nouns, how do we form possessive forms? See, this one, boys, boy apostrophe s. This is possessive form of boy. And this one, boys, B-O-Y-S apostrophe. What's the difference? This is the possessive form of the plural noun, boys. Okay, so while we form possessive forms of nouns, add apostrophe s. But if the word ends in s, apostrophe after the s. So the difference. So here possessive form of boy, this one possessive form of boys. And if it's a noun, apostrophe s, Mohans. So this M should be capital as it's the name of a person and a typing mistake. And then all the demonstrative pronouns are also determiners. Demonstrative pronouns. 4 demonstrative pronouns are there: this, that, these, and those. This also you have learned. This refer to something that is near to us. That is to show something that is at a distance. And these, plural form of this. Those, plural form of that. So 9 determiners are there, and I think all these determiners, all these words are familiar to you, so there is no need of much explanation. Then there is an activity given here. This is the way you can find out whether you are familiar with all these terms. So here I have given certain sentences. So the first sentence given here is, they told me about it. So we know that in the case of a sentence, or while we write a sentence, we use different words there, and all the words will be belonging to any of the 9 parts of speech. Okay, so all the words that we use in English belong to any of these 9 parts of speech. Okay, so here the sentence. And we know that while we use these words effectively, we get meaningful sentences. So here the sentence, they told me about it. Can you identify the parts of speech? That's a question. And the first word is they. That's a pronoun. Told. Told is verb. Me, pronoun. Objective case of I. About, preposition. It again, pronoun. Okay, the second one, look on the big cupboard. So the first word is look, and the parts of speech, it's a verb. On, preposition. The, determiner, because the is an adjective we have learned. Adjectives are also coming under determiners. Big, an adjective. Cupboard, a noun. Do it carefully. Do, okay, verb. It, pronoun. Carefully, adjective. Okay, likewise, we can easily understand that by using a number of words effectively, we get meaningful sentences. Okay, so this is a term or this is a topic that you have already learned in your lower classes, and I'm quite sure that you all are familiar with all these terms. But still, if you have forgotten any of these, just to remind you, I have given you this topic. So go through all the topics, all these terms once more, and reinforce all the ideas that we have discussed. Okay, we will stop for today. Thank you.